Shabbat Shalom. This week's Parsha is Hukkat. And Parshat Hukkat gives us a glimpse into the Jewish worldview of life and death. The Parsha begins with the description of the riddance ritual of contamination from contact with the dead. The ritual was as follows. First, there had to be what was a para aduma, a red heifer. Very, very rare. In fact, the Mishnah tells us that in all of the years that the temple was standing, there were only 4 parot aduma. That red heifer, that could have no more than 4 black hairs on its entire body, was taken outside the camp, and it was slaughtered in the presence of the high priest, and someone burned the cow in its entirety with its blood, which is very unusual. And then the ashes that remained after the cow was burned up entirely, then mixed with water and cedar wood and hyssop and red yarn. And it was that mixture sprinkled on someone who had come into contact with the dead that purified and removed the stain of contamination from contact with death. Now, when we compare this ritual to other ancient religious cults of the dead, we can really see what the core of Jewish life is about. What do I mean? In ancient death cults, when a ruler or a leader of the people died, all of the funerary arrangements were about preparing that person for a good afterlife. For example, the funeral of a pharaoh lasted 70 days, where the grave was opened in the pyramid and all of his earthly possessions were brought into the room. Servants were killed who were going to attend the pharaoh in the afterlife, and the priests were all about mummifying the pharaoh's body so that it would last, and administering to his life in the next world. Death was at the center of those religions. But here the Torah shows us that death is not even allowed inside the camp. The sacrifice of the para aduma takes place outside of the camp, away from the sanctuary, which is in the center of the camp. The sprinkling takes place outside the camp. And number 2, in the death cults, and in most ancient religions, there was ancestor worship, which was trying to appease your ancestors to make their afterlife pleasurable for them so that they will intervene on your behalf here in this life. Not so Jewish religion. Our ancestors, when they die, are relegated to the realm of memory. We revere their memory, not their afterlife powers. We don't try to affect their afterlife to make our life better. And I'll conclude with a short story of Rabbi Akavya ben Mehalalel, who was on his deathbed, and his son said to him, "Abba, when you get to the next world, put in a good word for me." And Rabbi Akavya ben Mehalalel said to his son, "Nothing I say is going to help you. Only your deeds are going to impact your next life." The purpose of burying our dead is to treat them with love and honor and respect, to remember all that was valuable in their life, the blessings that they leave us, and the precious memories that we cling to. But then we need to live our lives in such a way that we impact what the world to come is going to be for us, because there really is no one else to do it for us. Not a priest, not a rabbi, and not at one of our children. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a Zis and Shabbos, and I'll see you in Shul.